Hi there. My name is Telma Hadjithanasiou, and together we're about to explore Business Innovation Greece. Come along. Launched in 2019, this program was designed to boost value creation, competitiveness, and profitability in Greek businesses. But that's not all. It also fosters strong partnerships between Greek entities and organizations from the donor states, primarily Norway, but also Iceland and Liechtenstein. Business Innovation Greece is funded by EEA grants as part of EEA and Norway grants 2014-2021. The overarching goal: to reduce economic and social disparities across the European Economic Area, as well as to strengthen bilateral relations between the donor and beneficiary states. Over 4 rounds of open calls, 54 projects have been funded, helping businesses across Greece invest in new technologies, develop cutting-edge products and services, and embrace sustainability. The focus: 3 key sectors that drive economic growth: green industry innovation, blue growth, and ICT. Thanks to this program, businesses across Greece have been able to transform their ideas into reality, advancing energy solutions, the circular economy, and maritime technology. Now, let's meet some of these forward-thinking businesses and assess their impact firsthand.
Our inspiration was our willingness always to support the environment. In the company itself, since 20 years now, we try to find innovative solutions to existing problems. So one of the problems that currently shipping has is the problem of the development of biofouling on the ship hulls. Biofouling is the development of microorganisms that attach themselves on the hull, and even the slightest presence of this slime, actually in the first stages biofouling is a slime, it creates extra drag to the movement of the vessel. As you can imagine, extra drag means extra fuel consumption. Extra fuel consumption means extra greenhouse gas emissions and extra costs. We have problems both for the environment in terms of greenhouse gas emissions and also for the ship owners, that they have to pay more in fuelage. Another problem that is hidden in biofouling is the fact that through biofouling, invasive alien species are being transported between different seas. And we have the phenomenon that some species that are not local to the seas, they become local. They don't have any natural enemies, and they evolve with no stop. So our inspiration was to protect the environment, and through that, we can also support ship owners in cutting down their costs.
What are some of the most innovative parts of this specific project?
The size is one of its innovative aspects. It's quite small, and that allows the onboard crew to easily manipulate it. And also it doesn't pose a big security problem. If it detaches, it's relatively light. It only weighs 35 kilos. That allows two people to easily attach it on the hull. Poses a semi-autonomous operation. That means that with minimal supervision, the onboard crew can operate it to clean the vessel. It has onboard AI capabilities for the detection and the quantification of biofouling, which is very important in creating reports, which nowadays many ports require to allow the vessel to allow it to dock to the port. So nowadays many ports ask the vessels a clean bill, so to speak. So a report to see how clean the hull is in order to allow it to enter. So through the onboard quantification of the biofouling, you can create such a report. And also, if needed, one can remove the brass and put another payload on the robot itself. It can carry up to 25 kilos of payload to do other kind of actions, for example, like non-destructive testing on the vessel itself, on the hull itself.
All of the ships sailing out there around the world are, to some degree, capable of generating data. There is a proportion of ships, about 10%, which have a full suite of data capture. For example, they have sensors on the main engine, they have sensors all around the ship, sensors in the bridge. And we as a company, what we've always done is take all of that data and then turn it into insights, which help to save fuel and ultimately to also improve the environment because fuel equals emissions. But of course, there was a very significant problem, which is that's only 10% of the ships in the world. The other 90% of the ships, the only data that they have is via one email that they generate and send back to shore per day, typically called a noon report or a daily report. This is a much lower quality and much lower frequency of data. And so the question was, how can we use our learnings as an AI company to try and make our approach applicable to this 90% of ships?
And how about your collaboration with SINTEF?
SINTEF are, as you might know, a very well-known sort of research institute in Norway. They were instrumental in more of the implementation side of this project. So for example, the technology can be there, but how do you actually make it work on a ship? It not only involves the people and the processes, but also involves a whole series of trainings and numerous other things to take it from pure theoretical software through to a practical approach that's saving fuel. That's what SINTEF did. In terms of G2 Ocean, they're a fantastic Norwegian shipping company with a very large number of ships sailing out there. They were the sort of test bed for this project. So we worked with them to develop this software in a way that would work for them. And along with SINTEF's input, together we all managed to make it happen. But I think it's also fair to say that Norway is a real leader in terms of pushing that industry forwards. A number of the shipping companies in Norway are amongst the world's best in terms of adopting forward-thinking approaches.
After the implementation of the project, did you see any changes in your growth or your prospects in the future?
Absolutely. I mean, this is, it's put very simply, the fleet that I was mentioning from the 10% that has real-time sensor data through to the 100% that have these Noon reports, that directly maps onto our market as a company. So until this project, our total market was 10% of the global fleet. And through this project, it is now 100% of the global fleet. So for us, it's transformative.
We used to have a small facility. It was all manual implemented, and we wanted to go into a facility, a state-of-the-art facility that could increase the incoming volume by more than 100% and contribute to the target, the national target of increased recycling factor from 20% to 40%. So this was the biggest challenge for the first project. For the second project, Greece is about to operate the organic waste fraction of the waste, to implement, to segregate this from the rest of the waste, because this right now goes to the landfill, and instead of that, we will be able to treat it and use it for a biogas facility. And this will, of course, give us the opportunity to take all this portion of the waste away from the landfill and into what is called circular economy.
How was your collaboration with NG?
After we overcame the first year of the pandemic, we invited NG to come here. They came here, and they contributed a great deal to the success of our plan by consulting us, giving us valuable advice as to how to run it, how to construct it, what to look for, because they had all this experience from running similar plants in Norway for many years before us.
And what did LDA gain from this experience in terms of competitiveness and profitability?
A great deal of competitiveness, in the market, because we became the most important player of mixed recyclable products treatment, sorting in northern Greece. So that gave us a tremendous competitive edge. Of course, this comes with the final economic results, because the more you treat, the more revenues you get and the more profits you get.
And what are the environmental benefits?
The main environmental benefits is that the more you recycle, the less you use the landfill. You get to convert a larger portion of your mixed recyclables from the landfill to the recycling markets. Now, as far as the second one, the benefits are even larger, because here you're talking about a fraction of the waste that goes directly into the landfill right now. And what you do with a plant like that is you take this portion of the waste out, you treat it, and then you send it into a biogas facility, producing electricity out of it, and also producing a first-class fertilizer. So we manage to get circular economy at its best.
The installation of modern sensors and automation systems resulted in improved process control, higher production throughput, and significant reduction in scrap material and energy consumption, thereby confirming that the project's ambitious goals were effectively achieved. Automating the monitoring of production parameters enables real-time data collection and immediate feedback, which is crucial for maintaining optimal operating conditions. This level of precision minimizes error and downtime, as operators can quickly identify and correct deviations before they affect product quality. The system's ability to specialize and fine-tune parameters also ensures consistent production output and improved resource efficiency. These enhancements lead to lower operational costs, increased production reliability, and higher product quality, all of which contribute to a stronger competitive position and sustainable business growth.
By upgrading to advanced sensors and automation system, LV Plus has achieved more consistent product quality and reduced scrap rates, which directly translate into cost savings. Enhanced production efficiency and energy management have also increased throughput while lowering operational expenses. These improvements have not only bolstered LV Plus' market position, but have also contributed to a measurable increase in operational revenue and net profit, making the company more resilient and competitive in industry.
The improvements in automation, monitoring and efficiency can be replicated in other facilities. The successful integration of sensors, automation system and real-time data monitoring, offering similar benefits in the terms of cost reduction, sustainability and production optimization. An example of such an application could be in the recyclization stage, where we could achieve lower energy costs, better production quality with an increased production.
The aim of this unit is to treat hazardous waste, special sludges, petroleum sludges, with a low atmosphere pressure, which is 20% less than the atmospheric pressure in a nitrogen atmosphere, and heating them up to 400 degrees. So we distillate petroleum sludges, and we produced with this system from the petroleum sludge clean water without oil, clean oil without water, and clean soil.
And what were the problem that this project was trying to address, that was trying to solve?
The main problem is the treatment of the hazardous waste, of the petroleum sludges. Especially in this way, we can recover the oil that it is included in the sludges. This is treating the petroleum sludges according to the green technology and to the circular economy, because we produce again oil out of the waste.
And this project, has it contributed in the growth of Intergeo?
Certainly, because we increase very much the yield of the operation we have. We can treat more hazardous waste now with this system. And besides this reduces the carbon fingerprint of the company. Of course, we come to a different dimension because we can treat also hazardous waste we could not treat with the previous installation we had.
The already achieved experience and the capacity from Norway is very important because they have already developed at a significant extent their own supply chain. They know, they have seen the story, they know how to do it. So through this knowledge transfer, we were able to assess more accurately the capacities of the Greek market to support offshore wind in Greece.
And in terms of this project, what do you think it will be its impact in the overall offshore wind supply chain?
It was very important, the impact, because it was the first time that we managed to gather all the potential Greek stakeholders in this market. In November 2023, with the support of EA Grant within this project, we had a very big 2 days conference where we gathered all these companies together with Norwegian ones, together with our members, our wind companies, and it was the first time that all these stakeholders existed in the same room, in the same conference room, discussing and exchanging ideas how we will proceed further. And on top of that, we are very happy because through this liaison, there was B2B meetings between the Norwegian and Greek companies, between the Greek companies from different sectors as well, and there was, we managed to have also actual results. Our target through this project was to establish permanent relation between the companies of the two countries and maintain this relation for the future in order to create real and actual business opportunities and create added value to the local supply chain. We continue our collaboration of the Norwegian offshore wind. We visited again Norway beyond these two EA grants projects. Outside of this project, we visited again some months ago and we discussed how we can collaborate in order to establish in Greece a MET center, a center where we will have testing of new floating wind turbines. Norway has already such a center. Norwegian offshore wind has already such a center. So it is very important to collaborate with them in order to have here in Greece a testing center to test here in Greece and the Mediterranean area new platforms, new designs for floaters and new designs for floating wind turbines.
Greece and Norway have a massive fleet of ships, and we have a lot of vendors, and it's a very big market, and we don't tend to work together. It is very difficult for a Greek company to break into the Norwegian market, just like it's very difficult for a Norwegian company to break into the Greek market. So having this collaboration not only produced a very good technical solution, but it also produced a very good commercial solution at the same time. The software industry is changing, so a lot of small companies and small concerns are delivering very good solutions. And in order that you can take advantage of these solutions, you need to be able to integrate the solutions. So our whole platform, our whole philosophy has been about integrations. So you get the client to choose what's the best solution for their processes, for their people, and then you put it together. And this is what we managed to do with Vesselman.
What were the mutual benefits from this collaboration?
Dry docking is a very big process in shipping. And we had a gap in our solution. We didn't have a dry docking module. And Vesselman produced this dry docking module. So as a result, the collaboration was that we managed to build an integration that is a little bit like a dowry, because we have mapped in our system all of the processes that are to do with dry docking, and we managed to also improve our solution with respect to collecting the data during normal operations to be ready for the dry dock. So it improved our software, it improved our understanding of the maintenance and purchasing processes, and also it had the commercial aspect, which was very useful. But as we are a technical company, a product company, anything that we develop that makes the software better is, as I said, like a big dowry for the future.
And how about the next steps? Maybe between Ulysses and Vesselman, or maybe between the Greek industry and the Norwegian industry? What do you think about that?
We are already discussing this. It's very strange how not only did we develop relationships with Vesselman, we also developed relationships with people that have left Vesselman and have started other companies as well. So it just kept on growing. It's like an amoeba that grows and grows. We developed relationships with other software companies in Norway that were partners of Vesselman. We developed relationships with marketing people in Norway that worked with Vesselman. And the same with Vesselman in Greece, of course. A multiple of value, not just the initial integration that happened.
SMART, which stands for Smart Metering Applications based on renewable technologies, is an R&D project aimed at developing a smart solar charge station for electric vehicles with an integrated system to manage real energy consumption, generation and storage. The SMART team has diagnosed a major issue that power grids will face very soon, having to cope with energy demand peaks due to charging electric vehicles.
What was implemented? What was the project results?
The project was the development of a new product. This product integrates photovoltaic systems, integrates battery storage, also integrates the system for charging electric vehicles. It also enables us to manage energy fluxes through generation, storage, and grid interaction in order to use our sophisticated models and algorithms, also sensors, to optimize this process.
And what were the innovative parts of the project?
Innovative aspects of this project was the implementation and integration of IoT technologies. Also the integration of sensors, which enabled us to go beyond and step up this innovation and go into markets.